Hi everyone, welcome to instruction video number 7 on modeling and finite element laboratory, and in this video I am going to cover the analysis related to thermal systems. First problem, a composite wall consisting of three different materials. Conductivity of three materials are given. Outer temperature is 20 degree and inner surface is exposed to a fluid medium which has bulk temperature of 800 degrees Celsius and convective heat transfer coefficient of 25 watt per meter square degree Celsius. We need to determine the temperature distribution, especially the interface temperatures. As you can see, heat is flowing from left end to right end because left end is exposed to temperature of 800 degrees Celsius and right end is temperature 20 degrees Celsius. So it's a one-dimensional heat flow from left to right. So your FE model should consist of one-dimensional elements. So there are link elements in ANSYS which can account conduction, heat transfer. But for accounting this convection, we need to model or use a convective element like this. Observe this finite element model. There is one element here which represents this portion, which is supposed to be of 0.3 meter. It is a conduction element. In ANSYS, the name of the element is called link 33. And second portion of the wall is represented by this element. It is again a link element because it has to represent conduction. And third portion of the wall is represented by this element, which is again a link 33 element. Link 33 element is also called 3D conduction 33. But for modeling this convection, we have to use another element which is called link 34, which is used for representing convection. And this distance can be anything. We have not specified any distance for that. You can take any distance, any convenient distance for this. And this is the procedure that has to be followed to solve this problem, and solution is also given. You need to get this temperature. Observe, node 1 is 800, that is what is the bulk temperature of fluid. Node 2 is the starting surface of the wall, and node 3 is the interface between first and second material. Node 4 is the interface between second and third material, and node 5 is the other end. First let us set the preferences to thermal. Okay, preprocessor element type add thermal link 33. This is called link 33 element, and link 34 also is required now to represent the convection. Select that also. Close. Go to real constants, add, edit or delete, add. For link 33, select link 33, click OK and give the area as 1. It is a unit area that we are assuming through which conduction is happening. Material properties, material models, thermal, conductivity, isotropic. You need to create 4 different materials now. Let us create the first portion of the wall, which is 20 watt per meter degree Celsius. Conductivity of the first portion. Click OK. This is the first portion. And go to material, new model, insert the second model for which you add the conductivity of 30. Second layer of the wall is 30 watt per meter degree Celsius. And the third portion, you enter the material property of 50, conductivity value of 50 watt per meter degree Celsius. And one more is required to represent the convection. So go to fourth model and enter the convection here. Convection THF, which is 25 watt per meter square degree Celsius. This is the convection heat transfer coefficient of the fluid medium. We are modeling it as a fourth element. Geometric model. Create key points in active CS. First 0, 0. Next 0.3. First layer of the wall is 0.3 meter thickness. Next layer is 0.15, so plus 0.15. Next layer is plus 1.15. And one more key point for representing convection, I am giving it as minus 0.1. So 0.1 distance I am assuming. for convection element. So that is here. Now let us draw the lines between these. First line, second line, third line, fourth line. Next step is meshing. Go to mesh attributes, picked lines. This line you picked, set it to material 1, real constant set number 1, link 33, apply. Second element you select, set the material model to 2, real constant same, link element is also same. Third element you select, material model number 3, apply. This element you choose and make it material number 4 and also element link 34. It's very important step. Size controls, manual size, lines, all lines. Set one division for all lines. Go to mesh, lines, pick all. Now it is meshed. Now go to loads, define loads, apply thermal, temperature on nodes. This node you pick, click OK, and temperature you apply at 800 degrees Celsius. OK is applied, and last node here you apply a temperature of 20 degree. That's all. Solve it. Solve current LS. Solution is done. Go to general post processor, read results, last set. Go to plot results, contour plot, nodal solution, DOF solution, nodal temperature is the temperature distribution. If you want to see at individual nodes temperature, go to list, nodal solution, nodal temperature. You can go to the list, and if you want to see it on the screen, query results, subgrid solution, temperature. Say first starting node is here, then here, then here. You can see the temperatures here. This node is at 304 degrees Celsius, and interface here is at 119 degrees Celsius, and the interface here is at 57 degrees Celsius. That was a one-dimensional analysis. Now coming to two-dimensional analysis, we have to go for plane 55 element for 2D thermal analysis. This element is represented by 4 nodes in general, but it is also available in triangular form, and it has temperature degree of freedom at each node. So by using this element now, we can solve this problem. It is a metallic fin with thermal conductivity 360 watt per meter degree Celsius. Its thickness is 0.1 centimeter and 10 centimeter in length, which is extending from a wall which is supposed to be at 235 degrees Celsius. Determine the temperature distribution and the amount of heat transferred from the fin to the air at 20 degrees Celsius with convective heat transfer coefficient of 9 watt per meter square degree Celsius, and you can take the width of the fin to be 1 meter. This is a problem. Here you can solve this as a two-dimensional problem because fin is surrounded by a fluid medium in all 3 sides. So we need to model this rectangle now, rectangle of size L into T, and let us model this now. Thermal, element type, add, solid, quad 4 node 55 is also called plane 55. No need to enter any real constant. Go to material models, thermal conductivity, isotropic, value of conductivity is 360, enter 360 here. Then go to modeling, create areas, rectangle by 2 corners, enter the width of the rectangle as 10 centimeter means 0.1 meter, And height is thickness here. Thickness is 0.1 centimeter. So 0.1 e minus 2 meter. Click OK. Rectangle is modeled. This is the side view of the fin. Now let us mesh this. Mesh tool, global set of, let us say 0.001 or 1 mm element size. Mesh, we call it is meshed. You can see one element across the thickness, and along the length there are numerous elements. And go for loads, define loads, apply thermal temperature on lines. On this edge you select with the temperature of 235 because it is a surface attached to the other hot surface. Temperature is applied here, and all other three edges you need to apply the convection because they are all exposed to surrounding fluid medium. So convection on lines, select this line, select this line, select this line, click OK, and enter the film coefficient 9 watt per meter square degree Celsius, and temperature is 20 degree. Click OK. Convection is applied, and solve it. Solution is done. Go to general post processor, read results, last set, plot results, nodal solution, nodal temperature. This is the temperature distribution that we get. At this surface it is 235 as we applied, and other surface it is at 190 degrees Celsius. And you can find temperature at any other node by using subgrid solution. You can pick temperature at any node like this. It shows the temperatures. In this problem, he has also asked you to find out the amount of heat transferred from the fin to the air. To find out the total heat transfer through the fin, you can go to element table, define table, add nodal force data, heat flow, click OK. It is added. Now go to sum of each item, click OK. This is the total heat that is getting transferred through the fin. Unit is watt, and minus indicates that it is heat flow out of the system. Next, heat transfer through a composite cylinder. You can see there are 3 layers in the composite cylinder. Inside this cylinder there is a fluid flow, and he says it is a hot fluid inside the tube, and outside the tube it is subjected to atmospheric air. So all these surfaces are exposed to surrounding air. Inner surface is exposed to hot fluid, and these three are 3 different materials for which conductivity values are given here, and radius of each circle is also given. Now since it is a symmetric model, I need to model only 1/4 of this problem, 90 degree portion only I need to model. Capture the temperature values at the interface of materials. Use element size of 0.002 meter or less than that. Assume perfect continuity between the layers. Observe all this. We'll solve this now. Preferences, thermal, OK. Element type, solid, thermal 55 or plain 55. Go to material models. You are supposed to model 3 materials now. First material, conductivity is 30 watt per meter degree Kelvin. OK. Insert the second model, which is supposed to be 15 watt per meter degree Kelvin. And third material, it's actually an insulation which has very less conductivity, 0.1 watt per meter Kelvin. 3 material models are created. Go to modeling, create areas, circle, partial annulus, because we want only 90 degree sector of the annulus circles. So go to partial annulus, radius 1, innermost radius you have to enter 0, 2, 5, theta 1 0, radius 2 is 0.05, theta 2 is 90 degree because I want 90 degree sector. Click apply, creates a annulus circle. Next, second annulus circle, which has inner radius of 0.05 meter and outer radius of 0.085 meter, theta to 90 degree. Click apply. This is the second area that is created. For the third one, inner radius will be 0.085 and radius 2 will be outermost radius 0.1 and 90 degree is the sector angle. Click OK. So 3 layer of materials are placed now, but whenever you create separate entities like this, at the interface there will be 2 lines. Between these two there will be extra line, between these two areas there will be extra line. In order to have the perfect continuity between the layers, we need to remove that extra line. That is done by using operation called glue. Glue is a boolean operation. Go to operate, booleans, glue, areas, select all the 3 areas, click OK. It is glued now. This is a very important operation. If you don't glue these separate areas, extra lines will be present. So nodes related to this area and this area, there will not be any connection. So go to meshing, mesh tool. First, let us assign the material properties to respective areas. Go to areas, set. First area you select, set the material number 1, apply. Second area you select, set the material number to 2, apply. Third area you select, set the material number to 3, OK. Then global element edge length of 0.002 you enter. Quadrilateral mapped mesh, pick all. This is the mesh that I get for this problem. Go to loads, apply, convection on lines, select the inner surface, apply the heat transfer coefficient of 300 watt per meter square Kelvin and bulk temperature of 500 Kelvin. OK, it's applied. Convection on lines, select the outermost surface and enter the heat transfer coefficient of 50 watt per meter square Kelvin and temperature of 300 Kelvin. Click OK. Solve this. Solution is done. Go to read results, last set, plot results, nodal temperature, click OK. So this is the kind of temperature distribution I am getting. At the innermost surface it is around 486 degrees Celsius and you see the red region, it is extended till the end of the second material. But in the third material you have the variation because heat will easily pass through these materials because conductivity is high here, but this material is insulation, it is 0.1 conductivity, so heat transfer is, there's a lot of resistance for heat flow, so you get temperature variation here. And in the question we are supposed to find out the temperature at the interface, that means at this node and this node we want to find out the temperature. Go to query results, subgrid solution, temperature at this node, select that node, and at this node also you select. These are the interface temperatures. I delete the annotation. If you want to expand this result for the full model, you can go to symmetry expansion here, style, symmetry expansion, periodic or cyclic symmetry, 1/4 dihedral symmetry. This is a full composite cylinder. So this is the kind of temperature distribution that we got. That's all for this video. Thank you.